It just that I usually keep really close eye on it just to see how the daily closing and stuff. Sometime I can get some ideas about what to expect. Just to see how the daily closing and stuff. Sometime I can get. Right, we are live now.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so it's basically just stuck on 20. So do you know what I'm going to do in terms of if I see it is price dropping below 12, that's when I'm going to look to go short.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say.
And have the stop just above 20, 12.20, just above there, just above this, basically above this candle.
And then let me check my charts because I did mark that move. Probably target around 11.1.
Yeah,
to me.
Yeah, breaking below 12. It's very much towards 11 to test that that low. I think that's what it's going to do. But to the top, it's very much if 50 taken, 12.50. I think that's when you're going to see 13, or that's when.
And then 13, we're going to have to decide. We want to go up, go even higher, or do we want to continue on the trend lines?
I think what it is, if it goes above 13, what is going to happen is it's going to be more confirming to us more towards the top in terms of in 14, possibly.
I'm thinking 15.
Yeah, the correction hasn't taken place for a long time. That could trigger. So basically, what I'm saying is this is on daily. I like to go into weekly because that weekly candle is the buy candle.
Yeah.
So I just like to see just getting cleared out of this area here, which is 70, 60, and even above 50, to be honest, that's when I will be say, okay, I'm going to go for buy. Above 50, if I see even hourly candle close, I will go buy. I'm not going to jump in if I see just shooting up, no way. But if I see nicely going and closing above, say 50, that's when I will put the stop below just below 12, and I'll target towards 13 to 14 area, because that's when I would have more confidence to say we're going to see a correction of this big move down, because of this is the candle that actually kind of saying it more of downwards move is done. But then again, below 12, that would say, okay, I'm coming back to test this low. So let's see what it does. There's no rush, and I like to go when I'm taking trades like this. I pretty much go into my 5 minutes. I mean, I already got the markup, and just to see what it's actually doing. And on 5 minutes, I usually go and take it.
I'll be right back. I just need to switch. I just have to do something very, very.
Okay, no problem. All right. Okay. Is there anybody else in? No. Okay. The FOMC meeting starts at 7 o'clock, guys. One at 7, one at 7:30. So, I mean, you cannot actually take a trade on the first one, because that could be the false move. It's more wait for the second one.
All right, I'm back.
All right, no problem. So it's pretty much exactly at 7 o'clock starts in it. So so I'll be more waiting for the 7:30 confirmation.
And Powell. the Powell conference.
Yeah, because the first one usually catch most of the guys out, and when they jump in with the first move, and that's when they get wiped out.
Yeah.
Because first one is the one that majority of the time is the wrong one, and when it comes at the 7:30, that's when you get a little bit more clear idea. But it's too dangerous, man. It's not worth it. But it's good to actually watch to see, as I said, how the daily candle is closing and stuff like that. That is my focus, just to get the trade set up for tomorrow. Anyone got any question, guys? We're not doing anything. We're just watching it. So
yeah, right now just waiting.
Yeah, if anyone got any questions, you can go over it. Which other one is it? It was a euro. I think euro odd. I think euro Australian dollar. I think I was saying it to sell at certain price. Did it trigger? Where is it? All right. Okay. Actually, no, just missed it because I was looking to sell from 50 and it went to 50.45 and then dropped to 163. So it dropped 50 pips and then reversing again. So this is the area that I'm actually focusing to go short. Maybe another test that would be good, even better. Yeah, that one. That is something to watch. Keep eye on. It's got good potential towards 60, because if you look at it on daily, we got one we got an engulf candle here, and today is just done a pullback. So as long as it's not breaking above here, we're going to probably see this move here down and then followed by this. So it's formed in a good level of support zone as well. Sorry, resistance. It's good level there. Potential move is towards here. So it's something to keep watch out for, because it's showing a sign of reversal here. So something to watch out for. Actually, in terms of risk wise, stop here, target up to there first. So it's like 1 to 2 still. So something to consider. But we'll find out what is happening in half an hour.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of guys contacting me through Telegram regarding gold.
Oh God.
I hope and pray that it goes in your favor. Majority of you guys on sell, so I really hope it goes towards that direction. But it's just let's see if I can find gold. It's just above 40. Price stuck above 40. So above 40, that just opens the door for around 60. I did take a shot last night. It was at 48, because from 48 in the morning I thought I'm going to wake up to see around maybe below 40. But when I saw at 42, I was more than happy to cash in, because after that all day it did not go below. So it just 50 pips, couldn't get to 1-to-1, and also FOMC in mind, I thought, you know what, 50 pips is a lot, that will do. But right now, for guys especially on sell, I really do hope some of you guys hanging by. I hope it goes in your direction. But if it is a rate cut, unfortunately, it could be in trouble. It could be in a big trouble. So I really hope it goes in your direction. But there's a lot of talk going on about rate cut today, this meeting. So if it is, then gold is very much likely showing 14 area. So that's something could happen today.
अल्लाह करे कि ना से रेट कटो है पता ही
Maybe a rate, we're gonna have to close it.
इस बैंक किसने लिख रहा है पता ही
John, you got anything to share in terms of your view?
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. Let me.
Because we still got 20 minutes, so at least we could plan.
Yeah, we still have 19 minutes, so we still have some time.
Yeah.
In that case, I will hold on there. Okay. All right. So you should be seeing my screen.
Yes, I can. Yeah.
All right. So right now this is the daily chart, and this is today's candle right here. If we go to the 4-hour chart, we're going to see, and we'll be going into the 1 hour. We can see we tested the upper trend line right here last week, right here from a double top.
What price is it at?
That is 134.
Is there any way you can make your screen slightly bigger? Because
Yeah, we can do that.
chart showing is so small, it's quite difficult to see.
How about now?
It's so much better. Yeah.
All right. So we had that double top right there and a rejection on the upside. So we came down, and in my last analysis, I marked this level as a possible reversal level, just a small retracement, and it did that. So it came here to this low, this high right here. And if we go back, we'll see it's some significant level. And right now we're just hanging around here. If we go over to the 1 hour, which, how do I change this without going into, I need to go into not big screen for a minute. All right. Okay, so this is the hourly chart, and we can see some we can see things in a bit more detail, and indeed we can see we have this. We've been having these movements right here from this line to here, mostly due to some indecision for waiting for today's meeting. Today we'll kind of determine. It's a very important meeting, mostly because there's a lot of pressure for rate cuts. President Trump has been really pressuring Chair Powell to actually cut rates. Markets, especially equities and yields, have both been expecting a rate cut for quite some time now, and they want a rate cut right now. But then we have the Fed that we don't know yet if they are going to indeed cut rates. If we see a rate cut, I am thinking go to 113, which is around right here, this trend line. So could be seeing a move to the top. If we don't see a rate cut, I'm not sure. We need to. If we don't see a rate cut, we shouldn't. Equities will not be very happy. But as Forex hasn't been particularly expecting a rate cut, there's not much anticipation, so we shouldn't see much volatility. But we will have to wait for Chair Powell's speech to get more guidance in terms of the outlook till the next meeting, and to learn more about inflation targets, which are basically the only reason why a central bank has a monetary policy. So we'll see. A rate cut by itself, a lot of people have been saying maybe it's not going to be not going to do what the market expected to do. We've been seeing both yield spread and the yield differential have been narrowing for the past few weeks, indicating the markets really want a rate cut, and equities have been just expecting lower rates because they want more growth, and lower interest rates are going to allow them to make more investments. Not only that, going to allow consumers to consume more, which in turn will make production higher and allow inflation to reach targets. It would be, as I said, a bit of a disappointment for equities if we didn't see a rate cut today, but we'll see. if we don't see a rate cut today, it is likely we're going to see a rate cut next month. We're seeing, so the US economy right now is very vulnerable. Trade wars going on, still going on. And if we look at US deficit, trade deficit, we're going to see a narrowing deficit for last month. But what happened, it's around 50 billion and went down from around 56, I believe, to 50. So it's a 6 billion difference in the trade deficit. But that mostly has been, it's not just because we lowered exports, but because we also lowered, not just because we lowered imports with the tariffs, but also because exports were lowered. Boeing, the Boeing 737 MAX grounding had much to do with it. And it's also going to have an impact on Q2 GDP, which is set to be around 2.4%, which should be 2.6, 2.7% if 737 MAX production was going on. If they weren't grounded, if they were being exported, would be around 2.7%, because Boeing right now has a contribution for GDP, quarterly GDP of around 0.2%. That was what analysts expected. We're not seeing much from Boeing, so around 0.2% cut on GDP. Also, I mean, other fundamentals on the US economy have been normal. I would like to mention the Nfp numbers that we got. They were very, very weak. We were expected to add around 170,000 jobs, but expectations were very, very wrong. It was around 70,000 jobs versus 200,000 in April. Well, that was a big jump from 170 expectation to around 70,000 jobs created. That is also meaning it can mean two things. It can mean we are getting to full employment, and it can also mean that maybe investments going down, consumption is stagnating, and maybe we are not seeing so much investment, and there is no need for more production, so there's no need for more job creation. That's the two things that the NFP numbers can indicate us. I'm not sure which one is it, but I would say it is likely the first one, full employment. Unemployment right now in the US is in all-time lows, and it's we are basically reaching full employment capacity. I would like to see what the Fed and what the government are going to do going forward with rates. See, because unemployment, you can't stay in full employment forever, and the rates are going to influence employment very, very much. If we see a rate cut today, maybe we'll see some more employment, some more NFP numbers, some bigger NFP numbers. Mostly due to the fact that the cost of money is lower, so consumers are going to borrow more money to consume, which is going to stimulate production, and stimulating production will lead to a higher employment. So I'm very much looking forward to see what the next NFP numbers will be. So we have around 10 minutes till the Fed releases the rate. Does anyone have any questions so far? I'm not looking at a chat, which is here. No questions so far.
No.
Let me stop. There's no need for me to share my screen for now. And yeah, right now just waiting. We should be. I advise everyone tuning in to either a television channel, go on Twitter, Facebook, whatever, to get the news.
Yeah. What's your view on gold? If we get
Gold, I haven't traded gold since February,
really,
and I don't usually trade commodities. It isn't something
uh,
that I'm very I have a
yeah.
big knowledge of.
Mhm.
So
To be honest, I don't trade that much either. Only gold. It's just long-term trades. I get a position. I just hold it for as long as I can. Today could be the one that might give us some another opportunity.
yeah,
If we got a rate cut, chances are we're going to see flying towards around 14
yes, I
area
would say
maybe.
that because gold is a great inflation edging instrument. And if we see indeed a rate cut, it means we are stimulating the economy to get higher inflation, because when we do rate cuts, it means the inflation is not at its target. And as gold is a great instrument, great financial instrument to edge against inflation, I would also say it would be going up.
If you get caught, but if you don't, then I think we're just going to get a pullback, and it's still, I think, going to continue going up. I think we can see 30, but and if you get I mean, if you get rate cut, obviously I expect to fly.
Yeah.
If we don't get a rate cut, I think we're just going to get a pullback, and it's going to try to hit towards 14. Might not get there. We're going to try, because what I'm seeing is, was it last week when I had a trade on? I was on 200 pips in profit. Went to sleep, woke up overnight. I see come back and hit my break even, which is very, very rarely I come up to see something like that. And that's when I realized its market is just going to turn, and it did turn from there. I never took another short position. It just, after that, it just started climbing up and up, pull back, and then goes back up again. So even as what I'm noticing is on gold, it's forming pin bars, and golf is still pushing up. So that is something telling us there's something else going to happen, which is going to go for 14 near future, and it could be tonight. It could be tonight. If it's a rate cut, it could possibly be tonight. But this is what is I'm actually waiting for. To right now, I'm looking to sell, but not here. There's not a chance I'm going to sell here. It's just a setup for me is to sell. But if you got rate cut, then that setup is out. Above 50 could potentially look for buy. But then again, for my stop, it won't be much use, because I would have to put the stop around 13, maybe 13.20. That's too big for me. So I'll probably have to wait patiently. So that's what I do. Sometimes you can take a trade like straight away, but chances are you have to have a bigger stop. And I don't like to put that kind of stop. I rather wait. And then if I see those 30 pips, 40 pips, 50 pips stop, I can take a trade, then I would take it. So today, let's see what happens. We've got 5 minutes where I'm going to find out. So gold to keep eye on, and especially Euro USD is the one that I'm actually looking at mostly. So let's see what happens. Have I lost anyone? John, can you hear me? Okay, that's great. No problem. Because I thought you saw all of a sudden everything on quiet. So let's focus on it. It's going above 20. So that is just breaking this little mini resistance there. So it's still, the data is not no news out, but just trying to push it up. All right. Yeah, I got quite a few trades to watch out for. I'm on buy on oil, and so it does. Oh, shoot up first. So it's going to roll back down, I think, then. Right? Oh, it's going for it. So we got touch at 40. Here it goes. So no change. Okay, so it's going to continue going up then. I think just going to do probably about 13 we're going to see. End of the year. So okay, there's no rate cuts. Yep, USD is going for 13 now. Oh, then there's a 50% John cut. Then we're gonna see this probably forming a reversal today. Quite possible. You still need to see price above 50 to 1250 for me to at least an hourly candle close before I look to go buy. John, are you there? So do you know what I'm going to do with EURUSD? What is it? It's going to rally up, and if it does come back down, say 730, I'm going to buy it. That's what I'm going to do. So it's basically just I just planned it. What I'm going to do, as I said to you before, above 50, that's what I'm going to go buy. But what I'm going to wait for is above. I mean, if it goes above or not at 730, if I see pullback taking place, that's when I'm going to take a buy. So let's see, because very much we're going to see 13 to 4. I mean 14 now, to be honest. Oh, the way the gold is looking, I feel really sorry for the guys that trapped with gold. This is the reason that you never stay on a trade when things go wrong. You don't hold and pray when trade goes against you. So look at it. It's gone. What is it? It's gone to 55. If this continues, I know for the fact quite a few guys' account going to be blown. That's just crazy. So yeah, unfortunately, guys, that messaged me early in the morning to say what's view on gold. I did say one with the other. We're going to see heading towards 14, or we're going to see towards 30, but now it's looking more towards, what is it, 1246. It's going up and down. It's 730, and that's when you're going to find out the proper direction. But gold is pretty much flying more than the EURUSD. It's already done 70 pips on gold from where it started. Wow. Wow, 70. Wow, 100 pips. John, have a look at gold. It's already done 100 pips since the announcement. Oof. No, I can't hear you, John. I can't hear you. I mean, I can read your messages, but I can't really hear you. Oh, how come the oil is not moving? How the hell the oil is not moving, John? John, can you hear me? Why is the oil not moving? That is really strange. I would thought the oil is going to make a big move. All right, Euro is just coming down. So 730, I'm going to wait. And that's when I'm going to take a position and buy. Because kind of got a indication more towards the buy side. So let's see what 730 confidence says at the moment is very much towards.
Okay, that makes sense. For some reason, I forgot that I had my microphone muted.
All right. Well, gold made over 100 pips movement within 5
Yeah, I
minutes.
saw 10 points.
Within 5 minutes.
I
But
saw that.
oil, I'm shocked to see oil didn't move.
I think oil right now is just waiting for G20.
But you'd think at least some sort of movement, you know? It's like nothing. Even yesterday made a better move, but it just didn't move. Oh, wait a minute. It's trying to move. No, that is shocker. Okay, anyways, EURUSD, I'm going to buy it. Pretty much I'm waiting for 730.
Yeah.
730. If there's not a massive difference, I will buy it because right now it's clearly you've got a very good indication for buy.
Yeah, we do have a very good indication for buy, especially with rate cuts probably coming in July now. We didn't get a rate cut this month, as all of you know, but we did get some indication for the future now. We're expected to cut rates this year's probably next month. That's what analysts are saying. At least 50 basis points. So would be around 2% for the interest rate right now. It's 2.5%. In what they said, and we'll be getting more insights from, for that during the Chair Powell conference, is about inflation. I found that very interesting. Not even with a rate cut right now, inflation would pick up to the 2% target. It's probably only going to pick up 2% around 2022, I believe, 2021, 2022, which I found very, very interesting. So yeah, we will be seeing rate cuts, just not this month. We saw a change of the economic outlook from, I don't remember what was the word exactly, but now the economic outlook is moderate. It's not optimistic, it's moderate. So in the statement, they said household income is picking up, but, and this is a very important thing, they also highlighted, full employment. That's not the important thing. The important thing is the fact that they said in private investment, so company investment is not very good and in a very good place. But I mean, equities are liking this. We can see the S&P, the Dow Jones already picking up into the green. Gold also, I mean, clearly into the green. Overall, US dollar index also not being unchanged. Almost all instruments were very patient before the news came out. We had yields, 10-year, 2-year US yields almost unchanged. Right now, we're seeing some moves, as obvious. Everything was being very patient. From what I can see, and let me check if that's correct. So exactly, S&P 500 right now with a 8-point move up from so recovering from a 5-point low at today's session. I believe Dow Jones is also picking up. Let me check. Should be, yes, exactly. So they start the session around 2646, and that is a lot. So that's basically no, that's not 100 points. But that's what? Well, that's 60 points right there on the Dow Jones. 6 points up. Yields, I believe, also green. And yeah, dollar index. Let's check how the dollar index is doing.
Dollar.
Oh yeah, as expected, going down about 0.2 point. So, which is a very big move for the dollar index.
It is. It just literally, when I saw gold, it was like quite scary move took place, 100 pips. But it's
Yeah, right there, 10 points up.
yeah. So it's now doing a pullback.
Yes, I can see that.
But do you know what? What regardless of what happens, now that it got enough indication to say more towards the top, USD, I'm going to take a buy.
Yeah.
Not now, in 15 minutes,
Yeah, you should.
because it's enough information to say take it. I mean, I wouldn't have take. I mean, I could have scalped it, to be honest, because that was a perfect scalp. I don't know if you can see my screen. That's
Let
usually
me
my
go.
scalp setup.
Yeah.
So it's just literally gone above 5. I would have just take a buy here, regardless of what, and I would put my stop here. So that would usually I do that, but today I was like, nah, because what's going to happen is go up and down and then take me out. But actually, this one, if you look at it, as soon as the news released, it did not even look and pull back. It just went straight up. Usually on
Yeah.
FOMC, you must have noticed. Usually it goes up and down and take both sides. Today, it just literally just didn't move a single pip down after the news release. So today could have been a handsome trade for me if I had to stick to normal thing. But anyways, we got what, 15 minutes? That's when we're going to see clear move.
Yeah, around 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's gone above 30. So as you can see there, took the 30 out, resistance level. I mean, there's a minor resistance there, and came back and tested. It's coming back again. I'm going to see one more test. I'm going to watch for one more test, and then I will think about taking a buy position. My stop is going to be just below 12, literally 1290 area, because if it goes back below 12, it's just going to be one of those, shall I buy, shall I sell? But I'm not going to stay on the trade. Below 12, I'm not interested buying. So above there, so it's what, 40 pips at the moment. Yeah, I think it's worth staying on it. So it's still 15 minutes, because that 15 minutes could just roll straight down.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to take chances, because at the moment is pretty much investors just thinking, what shall we do now? Shall we go for it, or shall we cash out, or what? So everyone just now in between making decisions, and I just don't want to be in there right now. So pull back. Look at it. 30. I don't know if you can see my chart.
Oh, yes, I can.
Starting to create a support here now. If you see on 5 minutes, bouncing.
Yeah.
Is it going to hold 30? 30 was quite a significant level, It was quite a significant resistance level. It was holding for some time, but today it went over, and now it's bouncing above it. It could be there. That's bouncing from. It could possibly there. I just want to see minimum above 30 for me to buy. It doesn't matter where it goes. Even if it goes to 12, I'm not going to buy it until I see it going above 30 minimum. That's what I'm looking for. This is ideally to buy it. Because of another 10 minutes, it's just putting me on hold. Otherwise, I would take a buy now, because I got buy candle here. That's it. I would have been in it. So any aggressive trader, you want to take a position, you can take it now. In terms of the risk-wise, it's not too bad. What, 35 pips? You can, but I'd rather wait. Even if it's goes another 10 pips above, that's not going to matter much. Long as on the right side of the trade. Aggressive trader, probably just start taking it now. They probably think that's it. But I would just wait a little longer. So there, I don't know if you can wait a minute. I had marked up. No, this one. Yeah, there. I don't know if you can see my you're going to think, what the hell is this? What the hell is this trend line there? And this is not really falling into a trend line. If you see it that, it's not going to make much sense to you. Why is this line here? But that is actually a trend line of closed price trend line. It's not just a candle on candles. You know how you draw a trend line from candle to the candle to the, this one actually end of closing price. So I can see this. If I see this, even hourly candle closes above, that indication to me, although whatever that trend line was holding, is something has changed, because every time price been closing below this, always been closing, goes up, then closes below, goes above, then closes below. So this time, if it goes above and closes, I know in terms of the trend line side of it, something has changed in their price. So what that will give me a little bit of confidence to say, okay, let's go and buy it. So that's all I'm waiting for. This one is what I'm waiting for. 1 hour candle I get above 30. Yes, I'll take a position. Stop is not going to be thousands of pips. It just stops is going to be just below 11.9, say 11.90. That would be ideal stop 11.90, because I'm not interested if the price goes below 12. So let's see what happens. 10 more minutes. So it's going to play up and down all these things, and then eventually we're going to see move.
Yeah.
To be honest, there isn't much time for a big move right now. Only got what, few hours left, but still we could see another 100 pips movement, to be honest. All right, it's coming back to 30 again. So if you're looking at it, look at the line I've got there, which is a trend line actually off I think it was of daily trend line there. It just price closed, but it's just coming back to test this.
Yeah,
because many times
to
so what I've noticed is because I was monitoring this, what is actually happening in that area at 30. Every time I see it for almost 2-3 weeks now, price goes there and reverses. It wasn't bouncing above. So look at it today, even although it's 5 minutes candle, so it's not much really, can't take much confirmation. But this a big candle, clean candle.
It is.
Close it with a clean candle. So that way, straight away giving me there is something has changed in terms of this area, this level of this price. It was holding. Every time I've seen it, rallies up 30. I used to sell it. Now I see price above and closed it. So that's the first time I noticed in some time now. So that is something I'm watching out now. I'm just watching the price now to see what it does at 30. Is it going to come below? If below, I'm not interested. It's just coming below. I am not interested because that hasn't coming below means nothing changed. In terms of direction hasn't changed for me. So I'm just waiting. Look, still. Let's see what happens. Hourly candle closes. That would be a definitely for me. I'm not going to look for any other thing. I got enough indication, and above 30, bang, I'm buying it. I need to see at least hourly candle closes. I just need to see hourly candle closes. It's bouncing off 30. Bouncing off 30. Come on.
It went to
50
a last significant
50.
high. So yeah, it went to 112.54. But also, so it went above previous significant high at 12.43, which was where basically that level I highlighted before the meeting.
Yeah.
Saying well, when was it? Because of the down move from the upper trend line. So, and now let me go on my 5 minutes.
Do you know what? I also didn't take much notice until now. I noticed, look, if you draw 1 hourly trend line, yeah, look, it actually came back. You know, this 1 hourly structure been taken out, which actually didn't even notice. I didn't even realize 1 hour. If you look at it, it's done it before the news. So it's actually came back and actually tested there. So it's like this downtrend. It went back up and actually made quite a few tests, which I actually didn't identify until now. It actually came back and tested this. It came back and tested 2-3 times. But now this is what I'm watching to see above 30. Above 30. Come on, close it above 30.
So do you mind if I share my screen?
Yes, sure.
I just got an interesting piece of information here.
You know, definitely, because
let me just.
Because I am.
We still have 7 minutes.
Yeah, I'm just focusing on tomorrow to take a setup. At the moment, it's giving me heads up to say go and buy it. 1 hour candle, like say it, I might take one position and then add another position later on. But this is an indication for me to go take a buy.
Download. How do I download this? I don't know. Open link, maybe. And let's see if that's going to take us. I just want to download a picture. Exactly. right here. So now we're going to do this. Okay, let's go on the meeting so I can share the screen. It doesn't like it. Right. So can you see a big table?
Yeah, I can, yeah.
All right. So this is I just got this information from a Bloomberg and on Twitter. So this is basically what the markets think of probability in terms of rate hikes and rate cuts, and we can see 100% right now. It's all there's a 100 markets believe there's a 100% probability of cuts all the way up to July 2020. So that's 1 year of rate cuts. And if we come here, we're going to see that we are going maybe into 1% territory. Right now we are at 2.5%. We are 2 to 5%, 2.5%. We are probably going to see, and you can see it there on the next meeting, probably, as I said, 50 basis points cut on the rates, so 96% probability of 50% rates, 50 basis point cuts, and then we are going probably to 175 to 2 again, another maybe 25 basis points. And so, as you can see, we're going to have a downward trend in terms of in terms of rates and rate cuts. We can see probably up to July 2020 at least. The Fed did not discard the option of doing rate cuts all the way up to 2021, 2022. So we can get inflation back on the 2%. On 2% target, which is not right now. So we can see nobody is seeing a hike in the next year. So 0% probability, which is very interesting. Like, and then you look, right, it's 100%. So overall, that's just information I want to share. I've just gotten this.
Right.
So
do you get that from is it an app or so? Is that an app or is this from the Bloomberg website? Or website you get
this
that?
is from that thing I told you, the Bloomberg
Oh, right,
Bloomberg
okay.
terminal. Except I got it on Twitter. There's a guy who has a Bloomberg terminal, and he just shared this.
All right.
And I thought very interesting.
Is it the one? Was it 25?
Yeah, the one, the 25,000.
Yeah. So guys that really want to be really serious about trading, there's a lot of expenses involved. Likes of, the news data comes out. The free version, we get it delayed. So that's why we can't take news trades unless you pay for a service. You get it straight away, the data. That's how you make money through news trades. You need to have those things. It's 25K. How many? I mean, not many people will be in a position to buy them, but that's what you have to do to make money out of news. Especially, it's like that news just came out, the data and stuff. You'd get straight away before anyone. Like most of the retail traders get it. You would get it beforehand. So that is giving you that few minutes in hand to take your position, where you look for free version where it's coming by then move will have taken place. So although it's a lot of money, 25, but that 25K could be nothing if you depending on what you're trading with. You can make a lot of money from it. So yeah, right. At the moment, what is it, 2 minutes left before the next
2 minutes.
Yeah, just keep me informed in terms of that, because I'm ready to take my position. I got my hourly candle, as you can see, which I was talking about. I got that 30 retest. Now just pretty much I'm ready to go. It just, unless something major changes take place, any major big something, just let me know. I'll come out, but I'm pretty much ready to say, let's go for it. Yeah. So Do you know what? I just literally I was checking a few of the channels. They are, I don't know where they got the signal from, right? To be honest, I mean, they could be right. I'm not saying they're wrong. They're hammering sell on gold and they're selling USD. So
What?
whatever they, I really don't get that. I really don't get that. Why they're selling gold and they're selling Euro USD. I mean, they probably thinking it's a false move taking place. Maybe that's, I really don't know what it is they're looking at. But based on the data just releasing now and to take a position against it, unless they got internal information, to be honest, which I don't have. I really don't have. But at the moment, I mean, they obviously there's no right and wrong until you get out of the trade. But just to take it now, I mean, we still got 1 minute before you get confirmation and
Yeah.
someone sending signals say go and sell gold. I was like, what? Selling gold for what? At the moment, gold is looking to wipe out every sellers. Okay,
All right. So Chair Powell is going to begin the conference right now.
it's starting now. Yeah. So let me get ready. Yeah, it's pretty much just. It's going to be engulfed. Very bullish candle hourly as well. So. Come on, let me get ready. 50. Right. I've taken risk. I've gone for 30. I've gone for 1350. Let's see what happens. What is it? 40, 50 pips stop. Let's see what happens. It's going back to test 30 again. Okay. Is it trying to catch me out? It's come back below 30. That is a little bit concerning. Let's see what happens. 30. Okay, 30. Still bouncing off 30. I just hope that hourly candle closes at 40. Sorry, about 30. That is the only thing that I'm looking for. John, are you there? Are you still listening?
Yeah, still listening.
So, anything different on any big difference?
Let me just listen to the questions from the journalists, and then I'll
Right.
give everyone all the information.
No problem. Yeah, that's fine. Do you know what? I've taken a position.
Yeah, I saw that.
Because it's the first one. The first one indication given me. Let's see what happens.
Perhaps job growth. We don't like to look at one job report. We like to average over 3.
Right, John. I'm just going to wrap it up because I've got quite a few things to do,
Oh, yeah, no problem.
and we'll catch up in the group. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. At the moment, we've got the main one. We got it now. Unless there's massive changes, I think direction going to change. Otherwise, it should continue.
I mean, mainly no changes. Basically, Chair Powell just said they changed the outlook from patient to moderate. So many of the members thought that there was need for a rate cut. He said that overall the U.S. economy was they had good fundamentals. But there were some concerns over trade, especially trade, and low global growth. There were some trade concerns in terms of China, in terms of Mexico, which would not be good in terms of deficit, trade deficit, and inflation. And employment is expected to remain low, but should increase 0.2 of a point. So right now, by 2020 or 2020 and late 2020, unemployment should be at 3.8%. Inflation, however, and that's an interesting thing, inflation should be, it's quite far from the 2% target, should be around 1.7 to 1.8%. And it's still going to go to the 2% target slowly, but overall, they did weigh some weak business confidence, but they remarked the fact that consumption was low. Also, one of the something that could have changed last month's NFP, and but also that that income, household income, was picking up and moving up. But overall, that's basically it. They said that they are going to follow all developments closely, and maybe next month we will indeed see. It's almost certain we'll see a rate cut by next month.
Yeah, so let's see what happens. At the moment,
Exactly. Let's see what happens.
we'll find out daily close. That will give us even better
Yeah.
indication, because at the moment, is daily close is looking a reversal there. So it depends where it's closing. Right now it's engulf as well. So
yeah,
let's
engulfing,
see where it closes. I mean, above 50 will give us a very good opportunity to get.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I'd say first target so 113, and then we'll see what's going to happen if we are going to just go back down. So not all see if we're going to have a rejection of the trend line.
All right,
that's it.
I'll go this smaller time. Yeah, it's just basically there's some resistance there. It's just testing it.
Yeah.
But we did see a test at 50, so we'll find out in next 10 minutes if it's going to hold it. So this candle, where is it closing?
Yeah.
Is it going to close above? Ideally, to see above 50. We get above 50.
I don't know if it's going to be closing above 50.
That would be nice to see.
It would be very, very nice to get a close above 50. But overall, as you said, daily close is also going to be very important.
Yeah. Let's see what happens. We still got another few hours left before daily closes.
Yeah.
So daily above 50, I would say good setup. If it's below, then we have to make some decisions. But above 50, I'm pretty much even above 30, I'll be confident enough to say we're gonna get that move. So we got a test at 50, exactly at 50. So 50, 50. So that was a failed test. So let's see what happens next few hours. We'll find out. I mean, what worst thing could happen? We're gonna lose a trade. But at the moment, they're looking okay. All right, thanks a lot for your time, John, and thanks a lot for all the guys that tune in. Hopefully, it's been helpful. As I said, EURUSD at the moment, we are based on daily. That will be more confirmation, but we're looking to target around 1350. Those areas we're looking for. So let's see what happens. We'll find out. All right, thanks a lot, guys.
Yep.
All right, cheers.
Yeah.